Bathan squints at the star chart like it's the final exam he forgot to study for, and guess what? It's all bad news. Disasters incoming. They haul out Prince Cardan, and he's this tiny, pissed-off feral gremlin with a tail that just won't quit. His mom, Lady Asha, holds on to him like someone's about to snatch her handbag. High King Eldred, all regal and nosy, is like, "So, what's up with the star chart?" Bathan, sweating, was like, "Yeah, this kid's gonna wreck everything." Eldred, not even blinking, tosses her an emerald necklace like he's tipping the valet. She takes it, snatching up Cardan like she actually cares. Spoiler, she does not. Fast forward, she ditches Cardan like an unwanted holiday gift and leaves him to a cat. Kid grows up raised by a cat. Cool. Until he pulls its tail one too many times and it's like, yeah, this is getting too out of hand. I'm out. Now he's running around like a shirtless menace, stealing snacks, chucking rocks, basically being that one chaotic cousin at family reunions. His siblings treat him like an exotic pet, and Asha eggs him on, "You're a prince, take what you want." Amazing parenting. Dane, being the worst, sets up this messed up game thinking it was like, hey, let's shoot a walnut off a mortal's head to impress dad. Sure? Cardan, pretending to care about his hair because he didn't want to shoot, said, "Oh no, the wind is messing up my aesthetic. I can't shoot with hair like this." Dane, absolutely evil, steals Cardan's arrow and shoots instead right into the mortal's throat. "Oh wow, look at that. Cardan totally did it," he lies. Everyone eats that up. Cardan is now the problem child. Eldred ghosts him, Asha gets locked up in the Tower of Forgetting, and he's tossed to Baelkin, the worst sibling of all. Congratulations, kid. Life sucks. Jude, former High Queen and current drama magnate, is stuck in the mortal world watching Netflix, training Oak, and regretting her entire life. She curses Cardan daily, but also knows she did this to herself. Oak, meanwhile, is casually using glamour magic to make himself invisible in a mortal kids game like it's no big deal. Jude grabs him in a headlock, for educational purposes, of course. She says, "You can't just do that, dude." Oak, on the other hand, was wailing and was about to cry. Bro thought he was seeing heaven for a second, but after that, they had a nice talk about how some people are important and that they needed to take responsibilities, like how Oak should be the king. Oak flails, "I don't want to be king." Jude, blinking, "Okay, but that's a problem." Back at the apartment, Vivi drops relationship news. Heather loves her again, yippee! But there's a catch. Once she leaves Fairy, she wants Vivi to wipe her memory. Yikes. Jude tries to talk her out of it, but Heather's like, "Yeah, no thanks." Then Jude spots 2 empty coffee mugs. She turns. Taryn is in the living room. Great. What now? Jude, now taking sketchy jobs from a goat-headed Fuka named Brian, is tracking a rogue fairy. Enter Grimma Mog, an old-school redcap with a taste for violence. She just basically goes ahead and kills innocent mortals for fun. Jude, armed with a bag of snacks to hopefully make a bargain, approaches the house cautiously. Jude sees that Grimma Mog is using some type of black glamour dark magic spell just like Madoc to hide her true appearance. But our girl noticed it right away. Inside Grimma's place, Jude eyeballs her prized blood-soaked cap, the ultimate red cap flex. Jude knocks it over, flicks open a lighter, and gives her an ultimatum. Swear to stop hunting people or I turn your favorite hat into ashes. Grimma, being the queen of chaos, proposes a duel instead. If Jude wins, she stops hunting. If she loses, Grimma keeps hunting and takes Jude's little finger. Well, she accepts it, of course. On the rooftop, they brawl. Jude gets wrecked, loses her knife, but then throws the hat at Grimma's face and smacks her with a metal pipe. Grimma, laughing through the blood, "Okay, fine, you win." Before Jude leaves, Grimma casually drops a bit of information. Oh, and by the way, Madoc and the Court of Teeth are coming for Cardan. Like, soon. Jude plays it cool, but inside, she's screaming. Jude, now bruised and looking like she lost a fight, because she almost did, takes the bus home. The driver's like, "You good?" Jude, who was bleeding everywhere, was just like, "Nope, I'm definitely fine. Don't mind me." Her brain still can't move on. Cardan's about to get dethroned. Back at the apartment, she finds Heather hesitating outside. Turns out Heather is big time scared of Fairy, Oak, and the whole mind control situation. Jude, being blunt, "Love is stupid, but you're not." Inside, Vivi greets Heather like all is well, but Jude freezes because Taryn is sitting there, and she's wearing an Elfhame court dress. Jude, already exhausted, glares at Taryn. "What do you want?" Taryn, in full crisis mode, "Help." Jude, "With?" Taryn, "Locks, dead." Jude, inside, who had a momentary joy, "Oh no, what happened?" Taryn, "I killed him." Jude genuinely stopped. "Are you for real? The Taryn who was weak and scared killed who?" Turns out Locke was treating Taryn like a prop instead of a wife, and one night she snapped, grabbed a fancy letter opener and went stab, stab. Now there's an inquest and she'll be questioned under glamour. Solution? Jude has to pretend to be her and lie her way out of it. I mean, that's such a great plan, thinking that we still have Dane's geese with us. Jude already making plans. Guess I just won't get caught then. Jude's dreams, a full-blown horror movie. She's chilling in the palace grove with her ink pot full of blood, very casual, and across from her are Valerian, Locke, and Nicasia, except Valerian and Locke are straight-up corpses. Fun! Valerian, grinning like the problematic ghost he is like, "Hey girl, remember my curse? Yeah, I'm finishing that up. Have fun dying in misery." Cardan, being his usual dramatic self, steps on her star chart and summons her to him like a dog. Locke sneers, but Cardan's like, "Nah, my eyes were always on Jude." Then, flashback, Cardan in full Mean Girls mode whispering, "You will be nothing." Jude falls into darkness. Dream shifts. Now she's paralyzed, lying on stone while Madoc looms over her, and Taryn's whispering about how only one of them was meant to survive. Cardan kneels beside her, casually bringing up childhood burial games. Then, in a whiplash-inducing twist, he goes, "I love you, Jude. I always have." Jude wakes up gasping like she just escaped a haunted house. Jude storms up to Taryn, eyes narrowed, already on high alert because trust issues are a family trait at this point. "Are you a spy for Cardan? Is this some elaborate scheme to trick me into breaking my exile so he can have me executed?" "What? No! Why would you even think that?" Jude, arms crossed, "Because my life is a never-ending cycle of betrayal and bad decisions, Taryn. It's a fair question." Taryn just sighs deeply and says, "Okay, well, for once in your paranoia-riddled life, I'm actually not here to ruin you." Though Jude is still skeptical because what if this would only lead to her death? But in the midst of it, Taryn drops the bomb on Jude. "By the way, I'm pregnant." Jude, processing, "Okay, great, love that for you." Anyways, she finally switches places with Taryn because what's a little identity fraud between sisters? Before leaving, she tells Oak to guard her ring. Vivi, in full older sister mode, warns her, "Try not to die." Jude, no promises. Jude, now rocking her new Taryn disguise, enters the court where literally everyone is waiting for her to mess up. Cardan, on his throne, draped in gold like the extra prince he is, studies her like a goddamn puzzle. Nicasia, the sea bitch menace, "So, about your dead husband, what's up with that news, huh?" Cardan glamours her to test if she's lying, but jokes on him, Dane's geese has her locked down tight. Cardan, "What's your name?" Jude, nailing the performance. Taryn Duarte, daughter of Madoc, wife of Locke. Cardan, still testing, "Did you kill him?" Jude, "Nope." Lady Asha, never missing a chance to be shady. "Maybe Jude did it out of jealousy, obviously." Wow. Okay. Jude, dodging like a pro, "Actually, she loved someone else." Cardan flinches. Nicasia, being messy, "She's hiding something. Strip search her." Jude, glaring, "Absolutely not." Cardan, smirking, "Fine, I'll search you alone in my chambers." Jude internally was like, "Oh shit." Jude follows Cardan, internally planning her great escape when a servant bumps into her and secretly slips her a knife, then whispers, "Your father is coming." Jude, already panicking, doesn't even have time to react before Cardan closes the door. Cardan, full smirk, "All right, you can start stripping now." Jude, "Excuse me?" Cardan, sighing, "Did you get my letters?" Jude, confused AF, "What do you mean, letters?" Turns out he knew it was her the whole time. He questions her, hinting at betrayal, but she stands her ground. "Jude, you exiled me." Cardan, "Obviously that was a trick." But Cardan stops when she notices the knife. An explosion rocks the palace. Shit was like boom, bam, blam, in the palace. Jude runs out to see Madoc's forces attacking. But before she can react, Silja, one of Madoc's guards, grabs her. Then Madoc's voice, "Daughter, don't be afraid." A cloth is pressed over her face and everything fades. Jude wakes up in Madoc's war camp, still in her perfect Taryn disguise. Oriana, in full stepmom mode, explains that Madoc took her because otherwise Cardan would have used her as a hostage. Jude first thought, wait, was Cardan captured? Oriana? Nope, he fought back. Hard. Madoc rolls up and Jude keeps playing the Taryn act. Then he drops a bombshell. Cardan actually fought like hell to keep her. Jude, pretending she doesn't care, okay, internally screaming. They arrive at a massive war camp near the Court of Teeth, and Jude spots Grimson, dodging him like he's an ex at a party. She realizes Madoc isn't just taking Cardan's throne, he's taking hers. Dinner time, and things are tense. Enter Queen Surin, who has a golden bridle embedded into her skin, aka a human leash controlled by Lady Nor and Lord Gerald. Madoc, playing political chess, assumes Lord Royben will turn against Cardan. Jude, gripping her knife, didn't he swear loyalty to the Blood Crown, so that's a big nope, right? Later, Jude listens in on Madoc's generals and starts plotting. She explores and stumbles upon Grimson's forge. Grimson, being a weirdo, brags about a sword that can crack the Isles, then he reveals to her, "The Blood Crown is cursed! Whoever kills Cardan will be doomed." Jude, processing this insane information, barely reacts when Grimson points at her earrings. "Oh, those are also cursed. If you take them off, your beauty will rot." Jude, holding back a meltdown. Cool, cool, cool. Then Grimson throws out one last cursed secret. Cardan's earring was actually meant to kill him. He tried. It failed. Jude, what? Jude gets back to camp and finds Madoc sharpening his daggers like an absolute villain. He lays out his big brain plan to challenge Cardan to a duel. If Cardan refuses, he'll look weak in front of the court. And we know that people don't like a weak king, don't they? Jude suggests manipulation instead, but Madoc just laughs. "I don't want to serve, I want to rule." Then, out of nowhere, he hits her with, "You were always like me." Jude, first of all, rude. Madoc, smug. "We both had shitty marriages that ended in disaster." He then asks about the truth. "Did you actually kill Locke?" Jude, trying to act cool, doesn't answer fast enough. Madoc's grin widens. Madoc, "Wait, you killed Locke, didn't you?" Jude hesitates too long. Madoc, pleased, "I thought you were weak. Turns out I was wrong." Instead of condemning her, he's actually proud. Madoc, "Name your reward when this is over." Jude, mentally, "Yeah, my reward is escaping." Because one thing's for sure, she is not staying here. Jude, the queen of bad decisions, is tailing Oriana while eyeing a cave that's so obviously important it might as well have a neon sign screaming, "Secret stuff, here!" She waits till nightfall to sneak in, but then plot twist, there's someone screaming? Someone's in there getting wrecked. Madoc's got a prisoner. Big shocker, or maybe not. She sneaks inside, barely because Snow is a snitch, and boom, it's the ghost, looking like he got run over by a particularly aggressive wagon. He's shackled, bruised, and still has the audacity to sass her. "I'd scream just to spite you," he says. Turns out he killed Oak's mom on Dane's orders and then got mind-controlled by Locke. Ew, now Madoc owns his true name. Jude's not about to let him rot, but to get him out, she needs Grimson's key. Time to commit some light theft. Jude sneaks back like a guilty raccoon, but surprise, Oriana is waiting. "You're not Taryn." Genius deduction. Jude panics and lies, claiming she just wants to dip. Oriana, apparently done with life, is like, "Ugh, fine. Just don't mess with Madoc." Oriana drops some Cardan lore. Lady Asha was the worst, basically neglecting baby Cardan to the point where he was out there dumpster diving for food. No wonder he turned out so extra. Meanwhile, Oriana sends a letter to Vivi, which equals to Jude's escape plan. The next morning, chores. Jude's personal hell. She needs to steal Grimson's key, but Oriana is running a tight ship. Finally, she gets an opening, a task delivering a message to Madoc. In his war tent, she sees plans to attack Elfhame. Casual war crime stuff, no biggie. Madoc offers her a tent of her own in exchange for loyalty. She fakes a smile, and genuinely, it looked awful. But tonight, she's out. Jude wakes up to someone covering her mouth. Does she panic? Obviously, but it's Roach, the ultimate sneak, here to save her. Also, surprise! Cardan is in the camp dressed like a cool-looking spy. Jude's brain is confused. Genuinely confused. Why would he be here? Oh right, Vivi snitched. Jude, being Jude, is like, "Yeah, no, I still have crimes to commit. Gotta free the ghost." Roach is like, "Him? Seriously?" She offers a deal. Madoc's war plans in exchange for safe passage. Cardan agrees, very carefully. "Come back, tell me what you know, and your exile is over." The plan was to steal the key from Grimson's forge to free the ghost. Easy, right? Nope. Darts fly, alarms blare, and a mechanical bird starts shrieking, "Thieves!" like a freaking narc. Roach gets poisoned. Cardan is done with this nonsense. "Tell me this wasn't your plan." Jude swears it wasn't. He orders her to run, then bolts for the cave. The ghost? Gone. Waiting inside? Madoc looking very murdery. Well, well, well. You're too late. Well, shit. This ain't gonna go well. Jude versus Madoc. Round who even knows at this point. He figured out she wasn't Taryn too late. Try harder, old man. He's smirking like, aw, you thought you could win? Cute. Jude books it. Madoc chases. She turns, stabs him. He backhands her straight into the snow. You were always good, he says. Just never good enough. Wow. Thanks, Dad. She fights back, but he's stronger. She's tired. He stabs her in the stomach. She drops, full-on blood in the snow. Is it over? Hell no. Arrows fly, one nails Madoc in the chest, enter Vivi, Taryn, and Grimamog, aka the Dream Cavalry. Jude's half dead but refuses to pass out. Vivi tells Madoc to back off. He, like an absolute psychopath, snaps the arrow in half like it's a minor inconvenience. He tries one last time. Come back, you're dying. Jude? Nah, I'm good. She was, in fact, not good. Madoc sighs like she's a disappointment. You would have made a fine red cap. Then he just leaves. Jude nearly faceplants, but Vivi drags her forward. Jude refuses to go anywhere until she's stitched up immediately because she has places to be. Taryn patches her up, and then snow, blood, and suddenly white flowers bloom. Everyone stares. What the actual? Grimamog drops to her knees. My queen, command me. The land has chosen Jude. She grabs a ragwort steed, snatches up Nightfell from real Taryn, and flies. Cardan is in danger, and she's not about to let that slide. Jude Duarte is coming. Jude is out here flying toward Elfhame, probably bleeding out, but who has time to worry about that when Cardan might be getting assassinated? Priorities! No time for sneaky entrances, so she throws on Vivi's old clothes, fashion icon vibes, and waltzes in with some musicians. A knight stops her because, well, she looks like she lost a fight with a knife. Thinking fast, she hits him with the line, I'm mortal, we bleed every month. Instant disgust, instant success. He lets her pass. She perches up high, spying on Cardan, who is ignoring the warning signs. Then, bam, the bomb has her bow aimed at Jude. Uh-oh, turns out Madoc totally set her up. An arrow flies, Jude dodges, so athletic, but then she slips on her own damn blood and crashes into a banquet table. Maximum embarrassment. Immediate accusations. She's breaking exile! She's here to kill the king! Cardan stomps over, big mad. Jude, full of bad timing, blurts, I lost your cloak. Randolin's all, chain her up, but Cardan, oh no, he shuts everyone up with, do not touch her. Silence. Then he says, she is my wife, the rightful high queen of Elfhame. Jude, what? Jude wakes up in Cardan's bed because of course she does. Someone's washing her hands. She pieces out again. Round 2 of waking up, she chugs water like a dehydrated lizard and realizes she's been unconscious for days. Taryn, Vivi, and Heather show up for the Jude Duarte recovery party. Vivi yells at her for her reckless life choices. Fair enough. Taryn drops the bombshell. When Jude bled in the snow, flowers bloomed. Heather, voice of reason, does this mean you're magical? Jude, still buffering, I don't know. Taryn, switching topics at whiplash speed, I can't believe you married Cardan. Jude, yeah, me too. Before Jude can even begin to explain, guess who walks in? Cardan, walk with me. Oh, so now he wants to chat. Cardan leads Jude through the palace, but she stops mid-stride. What are you plotting? Plot twist. Him exiling her was never real. Just a riddle. She could have pardoned herself any time. Jude slaps him for that dumb trick he did. Cardan, probably regretting his life choices, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't think I could. Jude, not emotionally available, you actually scare me. Cardan freezes. He spills his tragic prophecy his reign will ruin Elfhame. If he turns into a monster, he wants her to stop him. Jude, if you become a jerk, I'll pop your head off. Cardan, probably into that, smiles. He wants her by his side, as his queen. Jude, just shocked with no response. Back in the palace, Cardan kicks the living council out of his room. The bomb arrives to tend to Jude's wound, and Cardan, oh, I'm not leaving. That's my wife. Jude, fully embracing chaos. Maybe he wants to hear me scream. Cardan, matching her energy, I would, and perhaps one day I will. Sir, please. Before leaving, he touches her hair, and genuinely, that was hot. The bomb stitches Jude up, but a messenger interrupts. Lady Asha wants a word. The bomb, full of main character energy, you're the queen. No one commands you. But Jude goes anyway. On her way, Val Morin is extra for no reason. You'll fall from power just like the rest. Jude, oh, so now you want to talk? Where were you when I was a starving mortal, huh? She meets Lady Asha, who is reclining in luxury like she didn't emotionally ruin Cardan as a child. Jude immediately tells her to stay seated. Asha smiles like the evil Disney villain she is. Once you're no longer a challenge, he will despise you. Jude, ignoring the obvious truth, just gave her the silent treatment she needs. Asha smirks harder. You already love him. Jude, absolutely not processing that, instead focuses on another issue. Asha was the one who stole Cardan's letters. Jude, in peak High Queen mode, next time I expect your curtsy. Drama alert, the Undersea has arrived. Inside the throne room, Nicasia storms in big mad. She accuses Madoc of attacking Queen Orla. Turns out Orla was shot with a cursed bolt. Bad day for her. Jude realizes that it's all Madoc's scheme to keep the Undersea out of the war. Nicasia shockingly blames Jude for everything and refuses Cardan's help. Classic. Then Taryn sends a message. Meet me at Hollow Hall. Jude, suspicious, nervous, preparing for murder. Cardan insists on coming. You'll need me to sweet-talk the door for you. At Hollow Hall, Cardan hates being back. Jude thrives in chaos. Inside, Taryn is waiting by an oubliette. The ghost, pale and shackled, confesses Madoc ordered him to shoot Orla. Then he tries to escape. Taryn, fully done with men. Larkin Gorm Garrett. Fairy law activates. The ghost collapses. He's free from Madoc's control. Cardan hauls him back to the bomb because the council will definitely want to throw him to the Undersea. On the carriage ride back, Cardan asks about slushies and gummy worms like this is a casual road trip. Back at the palace, Jude heads to her room. Taryn, always with the warnings. Do you trust him? Jude being honest for once. Sometimes. Taryn, sighing like she knows Jude is so doomed. Just because he wants you to like him doesn't mean you should. Jude, ignoring all warnings, gets in bed. She waits for Cardan. When she wakes, the bed is still empty. Like, damn, where is he? Jude wakes up to Randallin basically telling her to quit because mortals are weak, blah blah blah, sexist nonsense. Before she can tell him to choke, Cardan walks in, shuts him up with one smug little smirk, and kicks him out. Icon behavior. Enter Grimma Mog, casually holding soup like she didn't just witness political drama. Unbothered, hydrated, living her best life. Then Heather shows up, dropping an emotional nuke, saying that she made a deal with Vivi. She stays in Fairy temporarily and then yeets all memories of their relationship once she leaves Fairy. Jude is like, girl, WTF? But Heather stays conflicted. Fast forward to the royal ball. Cardan, in full dramatic Fae King mode, declares, to traitors and oath breakers, I offer my queen's hospitality. The hospitality of knives. Later in their chambers, Jude confronts Cardan about avoiding her. When he hesitates, she boldly takes control, going down to her knees and teasing, is this what you imagined? Cardan, stunned, admits, oh, yes. Overwhelmed, they did it. Lying together, Jude realizes the meaning behind his riddle. They take off their armor one piece at a time. Yes, he finally admits, and that's that. It's wartime, baby. Jude, Cardan, and the generals are preparing for Madoc's stupid invasion. Nicasia is there, contributing nothing, as usual. Cardan insists on negotiating first. Jude is like, you're about to get played, my dude. But he doesn't listen. Meanwhile, Oak wants to see Oriana. Jude tells him no, because duh. But he refuses and hands her back the ruby ring she gave him. He kept it all this time. Baby boy is too pure for this mess. Then, out of nowhere, Cardan turns to Jude and hits her with, it's you I love. Jude.exe has crashed. She just stands there and he just walks away. Excuse me, sir? Madoc rolls up with Queen Surin in actual chains from a queen to that is crazy. Jude tells him to surrender. He's like, yeah, nah. Then he challenges Cardan to a duel, but Cardan just laughs in his face. Madoc, being so dramatic, slams a magic sword into the ground and breaks the freaking throne in half. Cardan, completely unfazed. A king is more than a throne. Then all of a sudden, he snaps his own crown in half. Magic goes wild. His body twists, scales appear, and bam, Cardan turns into a giant golden serpent. Everyone was like, what the actual hell? Crimson cackles, nothing can break the curse. Not riddles, not love, only death. Madoc turns to Jude, kill the beast and the throne is yours. Jude just stands still, stunned. The court is losing their minds. Meanwhile, Jude is having a crisis. Understandable, though. Grimma Mog shakes some sense into her, and Jude makes her Grand General. Meanwhile, the bomb is hunting traitors like it's John Wick Fairy Edition. Jude gets the full prophecy. Cardan will destroy the crown and the throne. Only his spilled blood can raise a great ruler. Nope, not happening. Jude sneaks into the throne room. The massive snake is coiled around the ruins, but it doesn't attack her. Desperate, she kneels and prays, offering everything to bring him back. Nothing. Then the bomb rolls up with an evil bridle. If Jude uses it, Cardan will be hers forever. Madoc tried and failed because everyone who tried before died. She puts the bridle on, steps forward, and swings her sword to slice its head off. That's brutally sad. Jude now thinking that she'll go on a 1-versus-1 with Madoc, but he replies with saying, "I don't mean to fight anymore. You've already won. Look." And he sees the serpent glowing, and out of the serpent's body was High King Cardan. He's alive! Cardan then uses his cool powers to fix the hole Madoc made and the broken throne into 2 individual thrones. I think we know where this is going. After all that, we got Madoc all chained up now, the whole crowd was cheering, and everything went well. They head back to their chambers to get off Cardan's snake blood off him, while Heather goes to Jude saying about a new deal they made, where she'll erase her memories and let Vivi find her in the mortal world to make her fall in love again and do it the right way. That actually sounds like a hella fun game. Later, they went to go ahead and sit down, finally just the 2 of them, and then she finally opened up to him. She got too scared that she might have not been able to say the things she wanted, but tells Cardan that she really loves him and reveals that it happened at the failed coronation of Dane. A week later, it's coronation time, the biggest glow-up of all time. Mortals and Fae mixed together, symbolic and stuff. Oak, Small King energy, is dressed to the nines as he crowns Cardan first. Since the High King can't kneel, Vivi lifts Oak so he can place the crown on Cardan's head. Adorable. Bafin, will you accept Cardan as your king? The crowd? Hell yeah! Then it's Jude's turn. The people hesitate, but then, we will. Jude grins. Cardan looks stunned. Then he smiles back. The reign of Jude and Cardan begins! And that, my friends, is how we end the Folk of the Air trilogy with the best ending possible. A nice fight and a completely cool wedding.